Hello YouTube, welcome to the very first episode of the Shamelessly Cheap Manchild reviews. I'm the Manchild. I'm an avid collector of toys, action figures and pop culture memorabilia. And today we're going to take a look at Nestle's Quality Street. JK, we will not be looking at the Nestle's Quality Street, just like using these chocolate tins for storing minifigures. We will be looking at, however, the Cricket Stars Minifigures that were released in the year 2012, I believe, if memory serves me correct. So yeah, without any further ado, let's just take a look at these. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, this was like your basic minifigure blind bags, which were released in 2012 by Reliance Entertainment. And like most minifigures, they came with one of those collector checklists which you can use to keep track of what you have in your collection or not. So a little information before we look at the actual minifigures themselves. So these were made for the IPL franchise. For those of you not from India who are not familiar with cricket, I mean, who are not from country where cricket is great. I mean, I'm pretty sure that it's popular in many countries. IPL stands for the Indian Premier League. It's one of the biggest sporting events in India. In fact, it's the biggest one. In 2012, I believe Reliance Entertainment brought these to India. I'm not exactly sure if they were designed, if they're manufactured by Reliance India, or whether they were just the marketeers. I do remember that Reliance India used to be on the, the covers of these minifigures, and also, if memory serves me correct, they were designed. I mean, the overall designs for the characters were made by this company in the UK. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the covers. I've discarded them many years ago. So all of this is just from memory. So yeah, without any further ado, let's just get into it and just see what these figures look like. Essentially, they retailed for like about 169 rupees. Yeah, 169. I mean, essentially 170 rupees each piece, which was quite the bomb when you think about it in 2012, which is why not too many people actually remember these. I've actually spoken to a lot of other collectors who have zero memory of these, and also I think it was a fail from the marketing perspective. I mean, there was absolutely no advertisements for these. If anybody were to find this, it was out of sheer curiosity. I mean, if you pick them up at the store, a blind bag at the store, and you were pleasantly surprised to find one of these inside, that was your only way of knowing these existed. There was absolutely no posters, no marketing material whatsoever, which I believe is the reason why these never took off. And also the price point. I mean, 169 in 2012 is quite the bomb. In fact, I didn't pick up any of these at the price point. I got them at clearance sale at the landmark bookstores. I mean, do any of you guys remember those? There were a chain of bookstores in India, and once online marketing kicked in, online shopping kicked in, they quickly went out of business, and they had these, amazing clearance sale. I mean, when they were shutting down, they were literally selling them at 90% discount, which is what I picked these up for. I picked these up for roughly 16 rupees a piece, which for that price point is worth it, more than worth it. I mean, I do feel like 169 was a bit much for these, but if at all it was retail like about 50 rupees, maybe even 80, it would have been a more decent price point for people to pick them up. And also, they should have had a marketing plan strategy in place. Okay, without any further ado, I mean, I've said that like twice already in this video. We'll just take a look at the figurines. So up first we have Malinga, which I think you guys have seen quite a bit while I was just rambling around about the history of these figurines. And the detailing is actually quite astonishing. I mean, which I think what led to that 169 price point, because you have you have all the sculpt, you have all the paint. I mean, they even got that frosty tip hairdo which Malinga was sporting back in the day, and even the minute details are sculpted on. For example, the beard is not just paint. You can actually feel the roughness in the beard, and it's a paint overlay over that, and also the details on the jersey, despite it being really, I mean, it's essentially just 2 inches, maybe little more than that, 2 inches. I mean, that's how big these are, and the details in the jersey is also quite pronounced. You can actually see the logo of the team. I mean, the logo of the team, not so much, but you can see the sponsors, which is astonishing. Maybe it was in the contract that if they wanted to make these figurines, they had to get the sponsors correct. Which you have, I can actually read B2H, which is like a cable network channel or something like that. Videocon and DHFL. Have no idea what those are. And you have the number on the back of the jersey with the name. I mean, it's over time, some of the details actually smudged off, but I'm not sure if the camera can pick this up. But most of it is there, and probably most of it is lost because of the way I stored them. I just chucked them in this nifty little tin. Okay, so we have Malinga, who looks astonishing. That's a spot on, likeness to Malinga. It looks, I mean, this is actually one of my all-time favorites in this collection, in this series. It's hit the mark. Next up, we have RP Singh, which, I don't know. Okay, full disclosure, guys, I'm not a big fan of cricket. I do not watch cricket. I mean, I barely know anything about cricket. If at all I had these in my collection, it's because of the, clearance sale which was going on Landmark. And even that, I only picked up one of these. And I went back home, opened the cover, and just saw how amazing these were. And I went back to that very store the next day and raided the entire collection. I literally picked every single one of these off the pegs, So RP Singh, not really familiar with the character. I don't know if the likeness is good. I seriously have no idea who this is. So I'm just going to give them a pass on this one. Next up, we have Pathan, Irfan, yeah, yep. Check it out. You have his number, Irfan Pathan, and you have Idea, which is the sponsor of the team, one of the sponsors, title sponsors, which is a telecom network provider, service provider over here. And Irfan Pathan is also pretty good. I mean, the likeness is not 100%. I would say it hovers between 70 and 80%, but it's there. I mean, with his name, I mean, each of the bases actually has the name, which name engraved, not engraved, it's just printed on it. So you couple the face with the name, it's Irfan Pathan. I mean, but I don't know if you cover the name. Do you see Irfan Pathan? I don't know. It's there, and it's so. I mean, you can't complain. I mean, it is a tiny scale, and this is like before face printing technology and all kicked in. So for that time, it's pretty good. Next up, we have Khan from Ratu Khan, JK. That's Zahir Khan, and this is probably one of the. I mean, is that how Zahir Khan looks? I don't know. I haven't seen him in a long time, but I don't think that looks like Zahir Khan. I have no idea. It's alright. I'm going to give them a pass because I can't remember what Zahir Khan looks like, but whatever. Next up, you have Chawla, and again, I have absolutely no idea who this is. Is that Piyush? I think that's what it says. Piyush Chawla. Have no idea. Don't know if this is a good, likeness to the player. But whatever. It's, I'm going to give them a pass on this because I don't know what Piyush Chawla looks like in real life. Okay, let's see. Next up, we have one of my other personal favorites, Chris Gale from Royal Challengers Bengaluru. But this is a phenomenal sculpt. That is the spitting image of Chris Gale. Yeah, I mean, you got everything. You got the braids. You have his number 333. His name Gale in the back printed. And let's see, can we see the other details? I mean, I'm not sure if any of these details are even picked up on the camera because there are quite a few intricate details here. And you can see Royal Challengers Bangalore, and you have a smudge of their logo. I mean, it's not clear. I mean, it's got the overall outline of it, but yeah, it's not one. But then think about the scale. That's like the size of my thumbnail. I mean fingernail. But yeah, that's essentially what it is. But look at that face sculpt. It's just astonishing how good Chris Gale looks. And he's like one of my favorite players, even though I find watching cricket on TV insufferable. Chris Gale is like that one shining light. Every time he comes on, every time he hits a 4 or a 6, he does something funny or hilarious, and he's like the life of the party kind of guy, and gotta just love him for that. All right, moving on. Let's see what we have next. Okay, we have Suresh Raina. He's from Chennai Super Kings, and the only reason I know that is because I'm from Chennai. So for those of you not from India or from any of the countries where cricket is played or enjoyed, most of these franchises are named after a city. So the Super Kings are named after Chennai, which is, in my opinion, the best city, at least in India, if not the world. Number one. So yeah, there you go. Suresh Raina likeness. It's like it's there and it's not there. I mean, if you see Raina here and you look at the face, you know, okay, fine, that's kind of Raina, but it's really not. Who's that? Who's that? It could be anybody. But yeah, I don't know. It's like maybe because I have a sweet spot for Chennai Super Kings, so I'm gonna give them a pass on this. This would normally will be unacceptable, but yeah, it's all right. It's a good thing they put the names on the basis, because otherwise, who knows? This could be just a random fan in a Chennai Super Kings jersey. Okay, up next we have Callis. So he's from the Kolkata Knight Riders, based on the logo, and this logo is a lot better compared to the other ones. It's I mean, compared to the Royal Challengers Bengaluru, which was just a smudge. This one you can actually kind of make out the outlines of the logo, and you can also make out Nokia, you know, the phone company, manufacturers of cell phones, and Matrix. I'm not familiar with this. So one thing to note is some of these characters have the surnames on the base and the first name in the back, but for others like Callus, you just have Callus in the front and Callus on the back of his shirt as well. Which I know what's the maybe that's how the jerseys for the specific teams were made. I don't know, but yeah, it's hard to tell because I'm not sure who Callus is. I have no idea what his first name is. I don't know. It's kind of looks like Tom Hanks. Does anybody else get that from this? I don't know. Just from a certain angle, it looks kind of like Tom Hanks. But yeah, since I don't know what Callus looks like in real life, I'm gonna give this one a pass as well. Can't really, criticize him for me not knowing what the character looks like. Next up, we have Gautam Gambhir, who looks astonishing. That is a spot-on representation of his face. I mean, and another thing to note about these figurines, they follow that chibi is that how you pronounce it? Chibi style of figurines, where you have those grossly exaggerated heads with one of those oddly shaped misproportionate bodies, but I don't mind it. They actually look pretty good. I mean, at least the face looks like what it's supposed to look like, unlike other brands like Funko Pop, which looks like shit. I mean, that I said it. There you go. I hate Funko Pop. They literally look like hideous monstrosities with two eyes. I mean, what more can you say about those? But yeah, Gautam Gambhir looks really good. And one more thing to note is, so I believe the captains of each team gets the gold base, while the regular players get the green base. But if you see the pamphlets, it says star player. I don't know whether they're just really good players or they are in fact the captains. I don't know. I'm guessing it's the captains. And you have to note that these were the teams that probably were. This were representation of the teams that were probably in play in 2012. So yeah, most of these players might have moved on to something else. Some of the teams, they might not be captains anymore. But yeah, you have to keep that in mind when you're looking at these. But yeah, Gautam Gambhir looks really good. I know what he looks like, and it's a good representation. And I really like the concept of the gold bases for the captains or star players or whatever they are. Okay, let's see. Next up, ooh, yeah, this is one more of my personal favorites. Bravo. Is he from the West Indies? I do not know. Do they play cricket in Africa? I do not know. South Africa? Oh yeah, South Africa. Yeah, he could either be from West Indies or South Africa. I have no idea. He's a bowler, because I've seen the Chennai Super Kings. My brother used to force me to go and watch those matches. God, the one thing exciting about watching cricket is trying to, pull off an inconceived Mexican wave. But that's the. But it was nice of him trying to get me into sports and shit. But yeah. And back to the figurine itself. I mean, look at that. That's Bravo. You don't even need to look at the base to know that's Bravo. and it's such an amazing sculpt. And they've done a phenomenal job with the hair sculpting and all that. It's kind of like a separate piece which is overlaid on the head, and there's a different texture for most players. I mean, look at Malinga over here. He's got that funky hairdo. You have, the dreadlocks on Chris Gale, and it's almost like a separate sculpt for each and every piece. And you have like a really short haircut for Bravo, which is exactly what he had. I mean, which he was sporting. But I'm not sure if he's still playing for the Chennai Super Kings. I'm not sure if he's even playing, because I remember seeing him like 2009, 10. It's been like ages since I've seen him in matches, and yeah, it's one of the better figurines. It's a spot on representation, 10 out of 10. Good job, whoever sculpted this. Okay, next up we have the god of cricket himself, Sachin Tendulkar, and they totally dropped the ball on this one. I mean, yes, he does look like Sachin Tendulkar from. I mean, if you look at him spot on, turn from sides, certain angles, he doesn't look anything at all like Sachin Tendulkar. It is one of. I mean, it's the god of cricket. You have to nail the head sculpt. I mean, more than any other player here, he should look better than Gautam Gambhir, but that's not the case. I mean, I would say they've only nailed between. I mean, when it comes to accuracy, it's only like between 50 and 60% accurate to what he looks like. But yeah, what are you gonna do? There's nothing that can be done. And I just want to take a note to also mention, just even the paint application is actually quite spot on. You have eyebrows, the eyes, even the lips get a bit of paint on there. And this scale, right? It's phenomenal how much paint application they've got for the jerseys. Like, remember, it's only like the size of my fingernails, and they've done a phenomenal job in the amount of paint they've got into this. Next up, we have Al Hassan, Shakib Al Hassan. He's from the Kolkata Knight Riders, based on the logo. I mean, I can only tell because I have no idea who this character is. I can only tell that he's from the Knight Riders based on the logo, which is over there. Again, I'm just trying my best to get it on camera. It's such a fine print. It's like, I think my camera will not be able to pick that up. It's a shame, but yeah, you'll just have to take my word for it. It's there. And again, Al Hassan, it's like, I'm not sure if his name's a typo, because in one of the pamphlets, Al Hassan is spelled as two words, Al space and Hassan, but over here it's one word. So I have no idea whether it's a typo here or in the pamphlets, whatever. And again, I have no idea what Al Hassan looks like, so unfortunately I can't really comment on the likeness. So I'm going to give them a pass for this, because again, I'm at fault. And also, I was too lazy to actually look them up. Let's see. Up next, we have Pathan. Let's see, which Pathan is this? Pathan, they're siblings. So I believe both of them got a minifigure made for them. So let's see, who are you? Yusuf. Okay, so this is Yusuf Pathan. And I can't remember. I've seen him, but memory does not serve me very well right now. I can't remember what he actually looked like or looks like. So again, we'll just have to give them a pass on this one. Okay, next up. We have Kohli. We have Virat Kohli, who's currently the captain of the cricket team, I presume. And again, the sculpt is not quite 100%. I mean, it does look kind of like him. I mean, you look at the name and you see the face. Okay, it's Virat Kohli. But I mean, without that, would you recognize that as Kohli? And I feel like I know what he looks like now. I'm not sure if he had like chubby cheeks back in the day, or is this that chibi effect, which is giving this whole illusion that he's got chubby cheeks. But yeah, he's got a very slender face. Also, fun fact, he's married to Bollywood actress Anushka Sharma. Yeah, Anushka Sharma. What I lack in cricket information, I more than make up for in entertainment news. Yeah, so... one more bit of news. You have the website information for the Cricket Stars. It's www.cricket-stars.com. And you have the Cricket Star logo over here. Don't bother looking up the website. I just did that 2 minutes before starting this video. It's no longer active. It's no longer on the web. Next up, we have Pollard. What's his name? I do know this character. Unfortunately, it says Pollard on the back of his t-shirt as well. And yeah, it's a really good sculpt. I don't understand what's the deal. How did they get all the West Indies and South African players to look phenomenally good? I do remember what Pollard looks like, and this is exactly what he looks like. And hair sculpt is great. I mean, I think they all have the same body type. Yeah, something which I notice now. There's no difference in the bodies. It's the same vanilla pose for everything. It's literally the same pose. There's no variations between the star players. I think they were trying to save money on sculpting. Just make a basic sculpt for the bodies and just put all the money into the faces, which I think is a good, technique, because I didn't even notice until this review that they were all sharing the same body types. Okay, next up we have Chand. He's sporting a goatee, which was kind of different from all the other players I've seen thus far. Okay, his name is Unmukt Chand. Again, I have no idea who this is, so we will have to give him a pass without any commentary on likeness. Next up we have Sir Jadeja. He actually has not been knighted. We just like calling him that. I have no idea why. I'm pretty sure there's a backstory, but you will have to Google it to find out. Also, there's interestingly, his jersey says Jadu. Jadu? Is that like his nickname? Probably. Also, this is probably one of the most horrendous face sculpts. Doesn't look anything at all like him. I mean, did he look like this in 2012? I don't know. I think this is like one of those sculpts which just hits the mark. I mean, misses the mark. Totally. It just missed it by a mile or kilometer, as we say it over here in India. Next up we have Shewag, and again I think this is one of the more horrendous face sculpts. That's oh my god, no. I am at a loss of words. That's not Shewag. I mean, come on, guys, you could have done such a better. I mean, it's Shewag. I mean, does it? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe because I've been spoiled for choice of late with all these face printing technologies. Maybe my expectations are too high for these figurines which were made in 2012. What are you gonna do? It's Shewag. You got the name. He's a captain. Shewag. Let's move on. I mean, I have nothing more to say about this. Okay, now we're coming to MS Dhoni, who is, I mean, I don't know if he's still the captain of Chennai Super Kings, but he was, I mean, he is, probably. But yeah, one of the best captains. I mean, I think he led Chennai into winning the IPL more time. I mean, yeah, I think 3 times, 2 times. I don't know. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, it's one of the better sculpts. It's not 100%, but it's between 80 and 90%. The only flaw is his nose is chipped. If you can see over there, it's chipped. It's almost like he got a nose piercing and a piece of his skin just peeled off. But yeah, that's essentially what it looks like. That's the only flaw, the nose. But apart from that, it's a pretty good sculpt compared to some of the other sculpts. This is one of the better ones, except for the nose, which looks hideous. Oh god, that's disturbing. But yeah. Okay, next up we have Ashwin, who is also from the Chennai Super Kings, and he's actually from Chennai. At least I think he is. And this is one of the best sculpts in this series. I mean, come on, look at that. That's like Ashwin from, no matter which angle you look at him, that's Ashwin. What is his full name? Ravichandra something Ashwin? Let's see. What is his name? Ravichandran Ashwin. Yep, Ravichandran Ashwin. And the back of the jersey says Ashwin. The base is Ashwin, probably because there wasn't enough space to put Ravichandran on the back. But yeah, it is definitely one of the better figurines. I mean, it is spot on representation of what Ashwin looks like in real life. It's just fabulous. I mean, I'm getting I'm blown away by just how good this looks. I mean, I maybe it's just a bias I have towards the Chennai players, and also because he's from Chennai and I'm from Chennai. It's a good sculpt. Okay, next up we have Sharma, who I have no idea. Who are you? Who are you? Okay, I have no idea. It just says Sharma, and the back, the name is just smudged off a little bit based on the way I've stored them. So I have no idea who Sharma is. And again, I'm sorry. Probably should have researched this before making the video, but I have no idea what he looks like. So I'm gonna give this a pass. Okay, I think this is the last figurine, and we have another brilliant figurine. It's Harbhajan Singh, and look at that sculpt. It's again, it's like, you know, some of these sculpts are like hit or miss, but you know, Harbhajan Singh is spot on. You don't need the name on the base to tell you that that's Harbhajan Singh. It's like he's got, I mean, he's got everything going for him. He's even got the turban, and he's the only one who's got that different, because most of the other figurines have that hair sculpt. And I think some of them, they certainly seem to follow a pattern where it's like a certain pattern which is applied. I feel like they would have had to make a unique sculpt for Harbhajan just to accommodate his turban. And Harbhajan, I think, was a captain of Mumbai Indians at some point. I don't remember. All I remember is he slapped what's the name, Srishant. Yeah, he slapped Srishant, and then he was dropped as captain. You know, yeah, that was actually one of my favorite moments from cricket, watching cricket. No offense, Harbhajan or Srishant. It's just that I don't prefer watching organized sports on TV, except for when drama unfolds on the field. And you know, when Harbhajan slapped that guy. I should probably not be. I mean, it's been a long time, guys. I think we can move on to the point where we can actually laugh about it. But it was actually one of my favorite sporting moments. It ranks up there with around the time when Zidane headbutted that other guy during FIFA World Cup. Yeah, those were the two greatest moments in sporting history for me personally. So yeah, Harbhajan Singh. You know what the sad thing is, Shrikant didn't get a minifigure, because if you did, you could actually recreate that slapping scene, like come here, Patan, slappity, slap, take that bitch. But yeah, unfortunately, Srishant, I think he got banned from cricket for match fixing or something like that. I think so. I think he's no longer permitted to play cricket or something, whatever. So yeah, Harbhajan Singh, it's the last figure. I think it's the last figure. Oh wait, we have one more. I spoke too soon. So Harbhajan Singh, fabulous figurine, spot on representation of him. Yeah, nothing more to say about him. And last, we have Bretley. I think it's Bretley. Yeah, it's Bretley. It's that Australian guy. I think he's Australian. Okay, memory does not serve me right here. I can't remember if this is what Bretley looked like. So we're just gonna have to give another pass for this figurine as well. So yeah, let's just move all these out here so we can just take a look at them. So there you go, guys. This is the Cricket Stars Minifigures by Reliance Entertainment. It was such a wasted opportunity, because these are actually really good figurines. I mean, all of them have a certain quality. You know that a lot of work went into making all of these, and it's just really sad that it was let down by really bad marketing. If there were some ads, I mean, come on, you just had to put one ad during the IPL season, and these would have been off the shelves. And Reliance Entertainment just missed the mark. I think it was also to do with bad pricing of the product. 169 rupees in 2012 does seem excessive. Come on. I mean, there's a lot of quality, but let's face it, these are not Lego. I mean, I can't believe Lego is retailed for 600 bucks now, 600 rupees per piece in India. But yeah, these things astonish me for 169, and it's not even an established brand. They would have probably had better luck if they started like about a 50 rupee price point, if not even 80 rupee price point. I think that would have been acceptable for these figurines, because there is quality here, and which is why it's a shame that these didn't pick off. I mean, didn't become more popular. And I've actually spoken to a lot of collectors in India who have zero clue that these were even released. Very few people, I mean, no, actually till date I know zero people in my friend circle who know about these figurines, and they're just really good figurines. It's just a wasted opportunity. So yeah, so here's a look at the pamphlets which came with all the characters. I mean, so essentially these were blind bags. You got one figurine and one of these pamphlets along with each blind bag. I kept on, I held on to some of these pamphlets just to keep track of what pieces I have and what pieces are missing. So this is not a complete set. So if you see from which, I'm not sure which team this is. Which team are you from? Delhi Daredevils? I think Delhi Daredevils. So I have only Chawla from Delhi Daredevils, while it's I mean, the point I'm trying to make is it's not a complete set. Unfortunately, they were pricey, and these were the ones I was able to pick up during the landmark sale. I do have a couple of extras and all that, but these are my individual pieces. So the thing which I noticed about the pamphlets, they actually have these things where you can actually set them up. It's kind of like, it's designed like a cricket pitch, so you can set them up. And yeah, let me just do that right now on screen. So this is the mat for the Chennai Super Kings. So we have MS Dhoni, who is the captain, right in the center. He was captain at that point. I mean, I don't know if he might still be, just that I don't follow cricket anymore. You have Jadeja, Sir Jadeja over there. You have Dwayne Bravo right over there. Ashwin goes in the back, and where are you, Raina? There we go. So there you go. You have, the pamphlet is designed like a pitch, which makes perfect sense, and you have the characters over there. And most teams got 5 players each. That's how most of these teams were made, with the exception being Mumbai Indians, who got 7. I'm surprised why Mumbai Indians got the privilege of having 7 players each. If anything, that should have been Chennai Super Kings, not Mumbai Indians. Mumbai Indians suck. Even though I don't care about cricket, Mumbai Indians suck. I said it. So yeah, while we're here, might as well do this. Let's see, where are you, Sachin? There we go. Sachin Tendulkar goes over there. Rohit Sharma. Oh yeah, there we go. I found out what Sharma's name is. It's Rohit Sharma. Where are you? Seem to be missing Rohit Sharma. There we go. Yep. Rohit Sharma, Malinga. It's hard to miss Malinga with that distinguishable hairstyle. And who else? Oh, damn it. Knock these over. Careful. Pollard. There we go, Pollard. And Harbhajan Sling. Slappy. There we go. So obviously I'm missing Glenn Maxwell and Ricky Ponting. But it's cool. It's. I mean, I'm happy I got a complete set of Chennai Super Kings. It's not really disappointed that I don't have a complete set of the Mumbai Indians. I mean, I have 5 of them, which seems plenty. And another team which got, I mean, so we have Royal Challengers Bangalore. So I think I have the new. I don't think I have. I don't have. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Abdi. I don't know. I mean, why do they have such hard to pronounce names? Right, so we have Khan over there. We have Chris Gale. We have Virat Kohli. Where are you? And we have RP Singh. So we're just missing this guy whose name I can't pronounce. You guys take a call. What's his name? I mean, I'm not even going to try anymore. So there we go. Okay, and next, let's see, next up, who do we have? We have Delhi Daredevils and Shevag, where are you? Where are you hiding, Shevag? There we go. So we have Shevag over there. Irfan Pathan. I know we have Irfan Pathan. Which one is Irfan? You're Irfan, right? Yep, Irfan Pathan. Unmukh Chand. I know we have Chand somewhere here. There we go. Chand. And I don't think I have the other 2 players. Okay, let's just set the camera down. So we have Kings 11 Punjab, which I think I have only one. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Piyush Chawla. I think I earlier mentioned that he's from Delhi Daredevils, but yeah, he's from Kings 11 Punjab, which is quite possibly the shittiest team in the franchise. So I'm not disappointed that I have only Chawla. And also, fun fact, the team is owned by Preeti Zinta, the Bollywood actress. So yeah, there you go. Fun facts about entertainment and not really cricket. And the last team that we have is the Kolkata Knight Riders. I think I have a complete set over here. We have Gautam Gambhir, the captain. Al Hassan. See, this is what I mentioned. Al Hassan over there is mentioned as two words, but on his base it's Al Hassan as one word. But I don't know which one is correct. Then we have Pathan, Yusuf Pathan. Callis, Jacques Callis, is that how his name? Is that how you pronounce his name? Jacques Callis. And Brett Lee, finally. So let's see, how many pieces am I missing? I'm missing 2 here. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in total, my collection is missing 8 players. But I don't know, I don't think I feel too disappointed, considering I'm not a big fan of cricket to begin with. I just like collecting pop culture memorabilia. I mean, I'm pretty sure those of you watching this at home will be wondering, why does a douchebag like this who has zero knowledge of cricket have this collection? You know, you can just put your thoughts and comments in the comment section below, and you have my word, I will not check it out. So yeah, there you go. My collection of the Cricket Stars. Okay guys, with that I'll be signing off, and remember, stay cheap and prosper. Bye bye.